What is up, guys? We have some giant news in the Xenoverse 3 community. We have new screenshots of the official gameplay, something that people have been waiting for a very, very long time. And finally, it is out today. I'm not gonna lie, man. This is very interesting. But for this video, I definitely want to talk about the number one thing that I'm gonna talk about for sure is the soul swap technique and the soul swap transfer. Obviously, we have a lot of details about the robots and about the transformation, about the move set changes, which is insane. They listen to absolutely everything that we asked them for. So basically, they have guard penetration, all that stuff. But soul change is a new feature that hopefully, in my opinion, could easily be only for maybe story mode or maybe other things like that. Leave a comment down below. Do you guys think that soul change is just for story mode, or do you guys think that soul change is for something grander and broader, to where you don't play as the other characters, you only play as your CAC, and then you transform into the characters? So I'm hoping that soul change will be only for story mode, offline mode, raids, parallel quests, things like that. But when it comes to actual 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v3s, and other things like that, I don't think it's necessary to have soul change, because that ruins the game. Like, what's the point of you picking your CAC if you transform another person while fighting someone else? It doesn't make any sense. So I'm pretty sure soul change is only for parallel quests, extra missions, raids, things like that. It definitely gives you an extra thing that you can do that makes it different from Xenoverse 2. Because if they just added transformations, guys, they just added the basic normal things, it would be Xenoverse 2, but just upgraded. I think that with the soul change, they had to add something so generic and generically bizarre to where it actually makes a difference, and we can actually call it Xenoverse 3. Because people be like, oh my gosh, like, this is great, but there's nothing really new. So they probably wanted to add something, a new mechanic, which is soul change. And they basically list out everything. Everything that is super important that everyone's asked for years, they listed out. Soul assist, call upon legendary warriors to provide powerful support. Return the battle on your favor. So basically, other stuff like, basically it would be like the dual ultimate attack. Soul change, obviously that, like, so to say soul change, I think that the point is that you rejuvenate your health. So like, if you're low as a CAC, I think that soul change, it will rejuvenate your health, and on top of rejuvenating your health, it will make you transform into Trunks and restart your health bar, and then your Trunks, right? I think that that's such a weird gimmick, though, because it's just like, you could already take your battle, your battle style, and make it Trunks, but you're basically transforming into Trunks. It says in an instant to gain the advantage in any situation. So maybe there's gonna be different classes of characters inside the game. Because if it was just getting an extra health bar, it would be different. You know what I'm saying? Getting an extra health bar, it wouldn't really give you that great advantage. So what my prediction is that there is going to be like classes. So strategist, tank, attacker, support, those type of Dragon Ball Z type of characters that can all fight equally, right? But they all do certain things better than others. So that's why I think that with soul change, if you were to fight attacker versus a tank, the tank would win. The tank type of build would win. So when it says exchange your soul to the ally to shift strategies in an instant and gain advantage in the situation, basically mean that if you need to swap to a character that has different type of archetype, that is better to actually beat the boss or beat the CPU and stuff like that. So the fact that they have different strategies classes inside the game is insane. You know, because not only do we have battle style, soul change, there's going to be different types of characters that if you switch to as a CAC, you will gain the advantage, even though you're a CAC. Basically meaning that each character is in a different type of classes, which definitely differentiates it from being it from Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, because any character you pick, it's pretty much the same thing, just different stats. But with different strategists, it might be an added effect to not only just the key, or how much key you have, or how much damage you do. It gives an extra layer of differentiation when it comes to fighting, you know, fighting different people. So, for example, if your Cell or if your CC is a tank type, and the enemy that you're fighting is a healer, well, a support type, not a healer, support type, a support, right? And basically, if you want to beat the support quicker, you need to switch to attack type of character. So your CAC, which is a tank type of character, would switch to attack type of character, like a Trunks, or like a Goku, or maybe even a Vegeta, right? To transform as your CAC into Trunks so that you can easily beat the boss. You know, that makes so much sense. It's so much things that we can talk about and cover. I'm already at 7 minutes. Like, guys, soul change. This is either going to break the game, or this is going to make the game better. This is either going to break the entire game, soul change, or it's going to make the game better. There's no other option than that, because soul change opens up the door of people talking about you can't pick Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, other characters, because you can just transform into it, right? So I believe that that's not the case. I believe that soul change can move through parallel quests, raid mode, and all the other offline, you know, story stuff. Because, for example, they have done that for moves in Xenoverse 2. Like, I believe it was the raid boss move where everyone in the whole entire map is affected. That move, you know, it's only limited to story mode. You can't play that in a fighting competitive game. So obviously, bro, if soul change is in a competitive game, dog, it's GG for Xenoverse 3. The graphics, I made a video on the graphics sooner or later, guys. I'm not gonna lie, leave a comment down below. Do you guys think soul change is a good thing? You guys love it? You guys hate it? You guys think that it will break the game, which it might possibly do? Leave a comment down below. It's been your boy, man. And Xenoverse 3 is gonna be crazy. I'm out.